And going into today, well, let's take a look at the SPY. Yesterday we talked about the resistance in this market right now, and it's that 2650 area, and we're having a hard time trying to get through that 2650. So that is measured out in a really good level to watch, 2650. We're trying to get through that. Convert that over to the SPY. You're going to look at that. So there was yesterday we looked at it. There may be a kind of a little topping pattern here. We kind of gapped up, left a little island reversal where you have a gap consolidation and a gap down, leaving this island up here. Island reversals are much better when they're at the top, and there was actually one back here. Look at this. This gap up, a little move higher, then a gap down. So this is pretty decent island reversal back here. There's another one right here. We get through these levels in the face of this news, whatever news there is. Extremely bullish, but we're having a hard time with that. So I'd put that 2650 on the cash, 2650 as one of our major lines. I think that's being recognized by a lot of people. We get through that. There's a good shot we move back up to highs and move higher, but 2650 is our first level to watch. Hourly, we'll see how it starts off tomorrow morning. We have some good earnings out. I mean, Apple's popping, futures are higher, so we are going to pop here. If we take a look at the SPY one more time, we shall see the pre-market activity on the SPY. Hey Rick, I'm here. I'm talking. Do I have my? I'll get the meter on. Oh man, let me get the music set up here. Also, we're getting closer to the open. 5 minutes to go. Mr. Bojangles. I think it was about a dog that died. It's another depressing tune. I don't know why I always liked that song. Maybe because I listened to it when I was a kid. I think it was about a clown, maybe. Oh, calendar today. Yeah, we have a lot of things on the calendar today. We have the FOMC meeting at 2 o'clock. We have home. Is it new home sales or existing home sales? Either way, we got some home sales out at 10 o'clock. We had ADP employment numbers out already. They came in better than expected. That's a good sign for Friday's job numbers. But the big event here, we have a press conference, JPAL, at 2:30 after the FOMC decision, where they're expecting no decision on rates. And we're a few minutes away from the open here, so let's get ready. Everything is gapping up here, it looks like. Hey, what's up? Tight stops. Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm trying to rally here. I got a lot to prepare for today. They're coming in here, pulling up the carpet in the office, so I have to be cleaning it up.
Order pending.
Day goes along. Divergent short set up there.
Shares of AMD, Alpha Michael Delta, AMD at the pre-market high now.
Again, letting the bot just
21.45. That's Alpha Michael Delta. PAG, Papa
it's on the
Alpha
sim
Golf.
mode right now.
Penske Automotive increases
this
dividend to
is that we
38 cents.
Really pay too much attention right at the open because there's a lot of volatility right here at the open. It could work for you
AMD, Alpha Michael Delta,
or against you.
PAG, Papa Alpha Golf. Penske Automotive increases dividend to 38 cents.
All right, 2-minute warning. Yeah, I'm doing a redo in the office. Tight stops. Redoing it. So this is the first process. This is actually, we had their ceiling repaired, our ceiling tiles all repaired, and then now I'm pulling up the carpet, and then we got some new furniture coming in and kind of rearranging it a bit. So hopefully, I wish I felt better to do it though, but it has to be done today because I put it off. It was supposed to be done on the weekend. I couldn't. I was too sick. And anyway, we're gonna get it going. I'll be working on it tonight if I'm alive. Are we ready? Cue the band. Thank you very much. Let's do this. Oh, I didn't change over the frames per second either. All right, here we go. Deep breath.
Order filled.
Say, don't pay attention to that. That's very volatile. Don't. I'll let you know. Each setup we take, we analyze each setup that the bot wants to take. I'm not a big fan of the shorts right at the open here. Hey, Michael, thank you. Yeah, it's been a hell of a week. I've been sick for about a week now. Can't shake it, but that happens, you know, every winter. It's a long one.
Shares of AMD.
Also on the quote track,
AMD
anybody know
shares
why
popping
we
at the
reset
open,
here? I don't like
21.75,
how
up
on the
almost
quote
13%
tracker
now for Alpha Michael Delta.
we do the pre-market, and right when the market opens up, all the pre-market stuff disappears, and then we get that gap. That's just a pain in the butt. Anybody notice that? Paul uses quote track. I don't know if you noticed that, Paul.
AMD shares popping
Order pending.
175, up almost 13% now for Alpha Michael Delta.
It's in the settings. Oh, I have to figure it out. Apple here, 162 and change. We're open here. NXPI here off to the races. I'm going to bring that one down on the screen. I'll leave everything up right now just because we're focused in a lot of different stocks with the earnings. But I was hoping to get a fast move to NXPI.
Order filled.
90. I don't know what happened there. I'm just letting that bot here do its stuff. I'm not paying attention to it right now.
DOX, Delta Oscar X-Ray, Spruce Point.
Big
tweeting,
gap up,
AT&T
AMD.
revenue
AMD,
disappointing.
Apple.
Company says priorities to pay down debt, which generally translate into cut
Google
costs
has a
and
nice gap and
squeezes
run.
suppliers.
Gap and go.
DOX, 30% of sales tied
Lockheed
to
Martin
AT&T.
here. Boeing
That's
really good
bearish
today.
according to Spruce Point Capital.
LABU, nice little pop here starting the morning off.
Delta Oscar X-ray, Spruce Point tweeting.
That's Delta Oscar X-ray.
Disappointing. Company says priorities to pay down debt, which generally translate into cut costs and squeeze
Yum
suppliers.
is banging higher.
Sales tied to AT&T. That's bearish according to Spruce Point Capital.
So, again, Yum Brand's coming out with earnings tomorrow. Yum C. Looks like another divergence setup here. It's a decent divergence setup. And that was a fast divergence, sell side divergence. If we take a look at the Autobot, I'll bring it up on the screen fast. All right, so we're open. Deep breath. We're open. All right. Eli Lilly 115.82. I'm going to spread this out a little so you can see what's going on here. Thought I had a trailer on this, and the trailer might, again, very a larger range.
Order filled.
Again, you can see that the trail comes back and gets it. So very choppy at the first few minutes here. Amgen here dropping a little bit further. NXPI, got a little pullback off of 87. Data pushing a little bit higher. WB here pushing. Yum C looking good though. Yum C. We're going to look at some of those charts because we're long. So let's take a look at the YUMC. Big pop on that here. Big breakout. Good consolidation yesterday. Just showed that we're probably going to pop on that. And now we're starting to get a little action on it. I mean, the question is, do you want to hold it into earnings or you already got a profit now? So the profit is there for you to take off. Upwork, ServiceNow pushing higher, DocuSign pushing higher, Coop pushing higher. Stocks that were weak yesterday are strong. Team, new highs on the day. Veru hitting 150. 150 on Veru. Starting to move. Yum, you're ripping higher. Really moving. Good. Amazon new highs on the day. Oh, I forgot to take off the bot there. Let's take the bot off there. All right, there we go. Verizon down with AT&T. Beautiful pop here. AMD here still pushing a little higher. Apple here 162 and change. And our Johnson & Johnson 40 shares is up to 110. Finally getting a little pop on the Johnson & Johnson. Excuse me. Bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Mo Frucker is asking, can you paper trade options on Thinkorswim? For those out there with the Thinkorswim platform, can you trade options on your paper platform? Tight stop saying yes.
Order pending.
All right, got another trade here. Let's go to the bot for a second.
LKSD, Lima Kilo Sandy Delta.
This is like a little divergence buy. And you can tell that divergence buy from that last candle right here, that little reversal candle.
Zemin, that's Lima Kilo Sandy Delta, LKSD.
Things are looking pretty good here. Occidental Petroleum, NXPI. Yum here popped and then dropped. AMD here still showing at the highs.
Order filled.
And again, trail stop got that one. Choppity, chop, chop.
TSLA, Tesla, pop, Tango Sandy Lima Alpha, $303.
TSLA, Tesla, Pop, Tango, Sin.
I want to just take a look at some of my positions right now. Johnson & Johnson still looking pretty good, trying to break out of this base. I want to continue.
NIO, tweet from Unaman says long NIO has more than 22.65 billion US dollars access and liquidity. That's November India Oscar. Share spiking to a high of $7.25. November India Oscar.
That's November India Oscar. Share spiking to a high of $7.25. November India Oscar.
Thank you, Mr. Land. There goes Occidental Petroleum, OXY, still pushing higher. Coming out of that flag, again, our whole concept was to hold it. As it got it back above this downward trend line, it popped above it. We're looking for it to hold this and kind of rally up. Gotten that move now, slowly moving. 5-minute chart here looks pretty good. Just the first 15 minutes of the day. Market here having a hard time getting back. Let's take a look at where that cash, where we got it on that cash. Remember our 2650 area was going to be a tough level. Did I say that right? 2650, yeah. So we got through that 2650. I'll put a line in here. Almost forgot about that again. Striker, let's take a look at SYK.
Order pending.
Striker Corporation, nice gap up. A lot of things are gapped up. Actually gapped up to 52-week highs. All-time highs, probably. Just tagged those highs and pulled back off of it. Other times you'll get to that level, get some selling, pull back, but eventually stay up here and test the highs again. I wonder, we'll watch it, you know. I mean, it already did bounce now. I don't know if there was, what the news was on this. I'm not familiar with the news on this. I don't know if it's earnings or M&A activity. Amgen here breaking down. Occidental Petroleum. I want to move the Amgen off because I'm not holding any. But I am holding Occidental. So we got that on the screen. That's pushing at the highs. We got Yum just off the highs. AMD, no position. Apple, a little, but not trading the Apple. Furthers, what was the news on Stryker? Now we have another divergence. Again, this is just choppy stuff. You can see the stochastics are holding above the 20 line and we're making lows. So we're getting this kind of a running divergence, and that's why we're getting the triggers a lot on the bot. But again, the first half hour, the last half hour, I think it should be a bot-free zone. It's just... But let's see if this actually resolves back up because of the divergence. But it's so hard. That's a difficult... one to read into right now. Oxy still near the highs. ServiceNow near the highs. Amazon near the highs. Google near the highs. HIG near the highs. Match.com near the highs. Netflix here near the highs. Team is also near the highs. And those gongs, well, those gongs...
Order filled.
CODX,
Turn
Charlie
those
Oscar
down a
Delta
little.
X-ray hitting high 377, 225%. AAPL, Apple, says design companies enterprise developer program solely for internal apps within an organization.
We got a small, cheap one here out of the corner of my eye. I have it on my screen. I have a little shares of it. KTOV. KTOV. Starting to move here a little pop on that. I have the NXPI, Yum Brands. Let's see what we got here. I have some, I still have some Altria, which was from a while ago. These are February's. The Occidental Petroleum. The Take Two Interactive TTWO.
Awarded key European patents. That's Charlie Hotel Echo Kilo.
And the Yum Brands. We talked about that.
European Patent Office on CHEK. Linear fail-safe
Also
radiation
picked up two
concealment mechanism.
JP Morgan calls the other day and holding those. Those are the February 104 calls.
European Patent Office on
That's Charlie Hotel Echo Kilo.
Linear fail-safe.
NBEV, New Age Beverage, announces global expansion. And Noni Collagen Beverage following record sales results in initial markets. That's November Bravo Echo Victor, NBEV.
All right, let's get the music going for today. And JP Morgan here starting to climb back up now. WDC starting to push back up. And here comes the Altria MO here trying to push back up. Yum Brands. Oxy here, yeah, right under 67, but it's consolidated. How to get a good gauge on this right now. We do have the Ultra Bloomberg Oil Index here trading and trending higher at 1807. All right, so let's watch this. We have the VWAP and the previous high. Those two levels are right here. Also, we got the tradeometer. Let's take a look at that tradeometer too. I am. All right, just a second, Sonny.
AGN, Allergan, the deal reporting that a activist said to be taking a large stake. That's Alpha Golf November.
AGN, Allergan, the deal reporting that a activist said to be taking a large stake. That's Alpha Golf November.
Shares of Allergan off the lows at 142.93. Alpha Golf November.
Shares of Allergan off the lows at 142.93.
Shares of letter X, U.S. Steel at the high of the day ahead of earnings, 22.27. That's letter X, U.S. Steel up about 4.5% now, letter X. Apple says Facebook's enterprise certificates have been revoked. That's Alpha Alpha Papa Lima and Foxtrot Bravo. Pending at 2.2%. Consensus was plus 0.5%. S&P futures are dropping.
Order pending.
All right, well, pending home sales drop in December.
Order filled.
Interesting thing, we got Tilray drifting in the futures. CGC here pushing new highs on the day also. CGC new highs on the day. Well, there was an adage out there that sometimes the sin stock, what they call it,
Order pending.
and again, try not to get, understand that we're
U.S.
just
Commerce
letting the
Department
bot here.
Census Bureau
But
sets new
this is
release dates for
trend,
economic indicators
and
after
it's in
government
that first half an
shutdown.
hour we're talking about not executing those. Let's get into the meat of the market here. Usually after 10:30. Well, I'll say after 10 o'clock, after that 9:50 area. But someone mentioned that the cannabis stocks seem to be moving up when the market moves down. And there was years ago talking about what we call sin stocks: beer, alcohol, tobacco, sin stocks, cabaret, Rick's Cabaret. Sometimes they are recession proof, or they're they don't pay attention to the market as much. The market's going down, people are still going to drink, smoke.
Order filled.
Venezuela's self-proclaimed interim president Guaido has received phone call from President Trump.
Order pending.
All right. I want to probably turn this off because of the choppiness that it's experiencing. It's very choppy right now. So. You said zoom in. I can't really. I mean, I can make I can make the candles a little better.
Order pending.
Coming up at 10:30, crude inventories are built of 3.1 million expected. Distillates, a draw of 2 million and gas 2.8 million expected. That's coming up at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time.